All right, guys, we just got the shop all kind of organized and cleaned out. I'm working on the cleanliness. Unfortunately, I got some stains. I'm gonna take care of them later. Got rid of all the trash and some of the other stuff. We're starting to work on getting rid of the waste oil. But I know that a lot of you guys said that you were interested in the teardown on this motor. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. I'm gonna start tearing down this motor, the valve covers, the injectors, all the bullshit, gonna get it off of this motor, basically piece it out. We're gonna be taking the oil pump on it, because I need to make one of those mechanical oil pumps that I can just hit it with the impact. So I also want to see what the inside looks like. You guys can see the valves in there, if it'll focus, and over on that side. They're pretty shitty. So I know I'm curious on what's on the inside. I want to see, I basically want to show you guys what's up. So I'm going to get all of this off, pull everything apart, and let's start a time lapse. Oh. So just to cut this a break real quick, what we found was, I mean, you guys saw how many of those little pieces were broken off. I am genuinely curious, and it looks like we're gonna have a lot more carnage than just number 5, but number 5 would be the one that looks like it melted. Everything up here looks pretty decent. I mean, a little bit of burnt oil on that one and a couple of the front ones, or the exhaust sides, but besides that, we'll see. I'm not gonna pull the injectors. I'm just gonna pull it just like that. Trying to just do a pretty decent time lapse for you guys. Not go super crazy with this video, because I have an unfortunate update about the truck that we just put the motor in. Looks like that cylinder's all right. All right, we're gonna see if this motor spins over. We got plenty of bent valves. I know that one, a bunch of them are bent. That one's fucked. Number 5's definitely fucked. I just put a bolt right there so we could spin this motor over. I'm curious on if it's seized or if he shut it off. Oh, wow. The motor is not seized. Bet you any money says you put a head on this, it would have ran. Oh, there you go. Well, there you guys go. This one doesn't even come up the whole way. See how this one's flush? This one doesn't come up all the way, so that's a lot of melted. That's crazy. Alright, so in my opinion, I don't actually think this head gasket blew. Like, I know it right here we have some pieces, but it was sticking pretty well, but none of the red is damaged over on each side. So I mean, I think it held the head gasket until we pulled it apart, and that's where it decided to do that, but I could be wrong. So I got the fan off, and now I'm gonna start pulling the front case, and we're gonna see what the internals of this thing on the gear, you know, the gear train look like. All right, let's see. Well, doesn't look hateful. I'm impressed. All right, so what we're gonna do, not today, but I am gonna weld a socket onto that so that we have one of these mechanical oil pumps. He said I could do that because this oil pump worked fine. In theory, there should be oil in this filter, and I'm gonna go up on the hill and show you guys something. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we can see that there's oil in there. So, all right, we're gonna go up onto the top of the hill. This video is pretty much all about that motor and then this white truck. But we have the absolute biggest problem that we could have, because when we were firing up the other day, we pretty much said that what could be the problems that we have, and his exact words, oh, nothing. And it's like, all right, well, we're pretty hopeful that the saga continues on this white truck, and I'm holding my Milwaukee light, so that's where we're getting some light. But there you go, white truck is still here. It is Wednesday night now. He came last night with the new turbo, and I know I told you guys that we could have some turbo issues, and it blew, but not for the reasons that we thought. So when we fired this truck, the oil pressure gauge shot up like normal, and then it just didn't. And we're like, okay, so what's going on here, right? Do we have a defective gauge? Do we have, like, what? All right, and it wasn't making any noises at first. So quick test drive, checked everything, made sure everything was fine, whatever. Hopefully he I don't know what he did with the key, but he did get a new turbo, a good turbo, hopefully, and new manifold, right? So we're not gonna fuck with what's not broken. He probably took his key with him, but we don't need the key to show you what I need to show you. And well, you guys are gonna say, well, fuck, right? It is what it is. So him and I hooked it up last night. Oh, look at that. He even put a new alternator on it because the other one wasn't charging. So you guys see that, right? Well, I can't get the filter off, and I did put oil around it. But the reason this turbo blew, even though he said he's sprayed that motor with a shitload of ether and just like this turbo's had so much ether through it, through its life, that filter is bone dry. I turned it upside down. It is still silver. This aluminum color on the inside, brand new alternator looking color on the inside. We have absolutely no oil pressure whatsoever in this motor. Now, mind you, we don't know if this motor, because this is a used motor, we don't know if the oil pump was just going bad from the previous motor. You guys saw what condition that truck was in, and the oil pickup tube, you guys saw me clean out everything in the oil pan, so there was nothing in the pan. And yeah, it basically has absolutely zero oil pressure. So we actually didn't drive it up here. What I did was just hook it up to my truck. We just pintled it up here last night, and that was that. So super unfortunate. He is ordering me an oil pump, and he's gonna send one to me. Unfortunately, I don't have time to work on it right now, but I'm gonna try to get it in as soon as I can. And then on top of that, we also have to replace the turbo. And this guy's helped me out with some other stuff before, which is one of the reasons why I'm not charging for the turbo. I understand you should be charging for everything. We're a business, we're not here to lose money. But at the same time, I do help my customers out occasionally, but this is one of my customers that, you know, he helps me out with some stuff. So I'm gonna let it go. God, this lighting is awful down here. But with that being said, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put that other oil pump in it once we pull the front case, and that's how we're gonna verify that it has good oil pressure or no oil pressure. And if it picks up fine with the new oil pump, then great. Throw it back together and hope like hell the motor isn't shot. But it's not like it was a dry motor, but I did clean out the front case, so I am worried about the gear train more than anything. Hopefully we're good. But I think that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. This is where we're pretty much at. It's a super unfortunate thing. I'm sure someone in the comments will find a way to blame me, because they always do, but you guys, as always, have kept it super positive. I usually only get like 1% of people that are negative, but you guys have been pretty positive. So if you guys are interested in the saga going forward, let me know. I will absolutely do an update video on that. Same thing with this. Oh God, the quality. I can't wait to get these lights. I've already got people quoting me on some stuff. So we're gonna be doing the videos on this. I'm just waiting until Sunday. We're gonna be doing the rear main and slapping all that stuff apart. So I wanna do this whole thing, videos as is. I told him about 3 weeks, about a week ago. So we have about 2 more weeks to go with this, and we'll have that done depending on what gets added. Also the same thing, we also need to do for the gear vendor's overdrive, we need a drive shaft custom built. So depending on how he does it, we're gonna do a 1-piece shaft, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So instead of having 3 U-joints and a carrier bearing, we're just gonna have 2 U-joints. So, and it's gonna be a super short drive shaft, which is gonna help out a lot. But other than that, appreciate you guys. Also, don't get offended if you didn't like the video. Fuck off. It is what it is. I put a lot of effort in these, and the quality's just gonna keep going up because we're gonna be doing some lighting. And go follow the second channel at I think it's at Stephen Miller 2. Steven with an N. Stephen Miller 2. We're gonna be doing all the update videos over there, and any of the bike stuff, any of the gym stuff, and pretty much just whatever bullshit, I'm gonna be throwing it over there. So see you guys. Appreciate you for sticking around. Also, haters, keep commenting below because it helps me, so it doesn't bother me. See you guys.